I am Debórah Bond, singer-songwriter, performer. I wear many, many hats in addition to doing the singing thing. I do a lot of mentoring and vocal coaching of young people around the DC area and beyond now that we're virtual. I am also supporting artists to a lot of my favorite musicians and singers, including Incognito out of the UK, the legendary Miss Melba Moore, Mickey Howard, the Foreign Exchange, and so on and so on. I've served on the DC Grammy Chapter's Board of Governors for 6 years as governor. And I do a lot of work in radio. I do some voiceover work, some jingle singing and jingle writing. I, for many years, was on WKTU New York singing the beat of New York 103.5. So I'm all in the world of music, just got my hands in as much as I can. The new album is called Compass Volume 1. And it is a very special album to me because in all honesty, I believe that it represents the last maybe 4 or 5 years of my life that where I've been experiencing major life changes, an ending of a 14-year relationship, a change in my band structure, my longtime bandmates have some changes, a lot of moving around from home to home, a lot of changes in the type of stages and places that I've been performing. And so when the world shut down in 2020, actually right before the world shut down at the end of 2019, I decided that I wanted to step away from my usual band unit, who I call Third Logic, 3 fellas out of the DC area who I love dearly, who have been my producers and my backing band all this time. I decided to take a step away from them and to explore finding new musicians to collaborate with and just do an album that was completely independent of them. And in the time period between 2016 and 2019, just so many things pushed me to wanting to just make some really drastic changes. And once the world did shut down, and I really couldn't do much, I couldn't go anywhere, I just started to kind of go within. I started doing a lot of writing, and luckily, because I did a lot of work in radio, I have a home studio recording set up here. I invested in a bit more, and literally from about this time last year through September of 2020, I wrote the album and recorded it. Literally, I can reach over and grab my microphone. There's a mixer and things over here. Recorded everything just sitting right here, night after night, quarantined, bored, drinking whiskey, writing down lyrics, and kind of pouring out my heart. And things came to me really quickly, which is hard for me because I haven't had an album in 10 years. And so this album really does represent a bit of a feeling of feeling lost and feeling humbled in my career and in my, being an older woman, kind of grown now, stepping into my 40s and being newly single. I just felt like, wow, I'm out here on my own, and where am I going and what am I doing? And I got to trust myself. I got to trust this inner voice. And I kind of compared that inner voice to a compass that kind of helps you find your way. And so I decided to name the piece Compass Volume 1 because I figured that this was this moment, this volume, this time in my life. And wherever the universe led me as far as who I'm going to create with, I'm going to trust it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to trust it. And I wanted everything to feel very raw and organic, unpolished. I didn't want it to be super glossy. So everything about the album is representing a certain feeling and mood of my life. So the artwork has no color. The artwork is all hand-drawn illustrators that I commissioned to contribute to the record, even down to the mixing and mastering. I wanted there to be some layers of kind of grit. Any vocal imperfections, I kind of let them slide. I just wanted this to represent raw vulnerability for me. And I can't believe it really came together because I commissioned a bunch of artists and the musicians from all over the place, and everyone recorded in their homes. And when I listened to it, I'm like, it sounds like we were all in the studio together, and not one of us were in the same room together, not even the mixing engineers. Everyone did things from Nashville to LA to Baltimore. and it came together. I'm very excited about it and very proud of it. What is next for Debórah Bond is more music. More music. I am focusing really on having fun with media, having fun with visuals, and trying to keep the fans engaged through what I can show them as far as much as I can without being on a stage, without being in front of them physically. So some live streaming is in store, some more music videos, some really cool music videos are on the way. And of course, I've already started writing the next record. I don't know if it will even be a Compass series. I figured that that Compass kind of umbrella I'll let the universe lead me to when the next actual Compass volume comes. But I do know that I'm already working on more material. I have another vibe and kind of concept in mind that's going to be really cool and interesting. And also just, continuing to do some behind the scenes work. I'm still doing a lot of jingle singing and a lot of mentoring right now and helping other artists kind of find their way in all of this crazy that the world is happening in the world. So more music, some virtual stuff, and lots of media, visual media. It's all coming. I gotta give some shout outs to the beautiful tribe that helped me work on this album, that also encouraged me and helped keep me motivated. First and foremost, the Mr. Bluey Manuik from the group Incognito. His label Splash Blue presented my record, and I really honestly thought I was gonna put the record out and then go hide somewhere, and it was gonna be really humble and quiet. And he convinced me to give it more of a push, and Bluey has just been a papa bear, musical papa bear to me, and just a mentor to me. So I have to give Bluey a big shout out, and the whole Splash Blue team, David and Julian, and the new producers that I came across in working with on this album. Brandon Lane out of Richmond, Virginia, who's a young brother, but he's such a talented bass player and producer. He's already charted on the smooth jazz charts, and he's produced a good chunk of the songs on this new album. Trey Sorrells, who's a saxophone player who also produced for the first time a really strong production on my new album, my first single, Radio. He produced that. I gotta give the two of them love because they really had my back in creating this. And then a few musicians who really stepped in for me that I was so humbled to have them lend their expertise. DJ Harrison of the group Butcher Brown, who co-produced the track and played some drums. Nate Smith, who I just adore, who played drums on one of my songs. And Corey Fonville of Butcher Brown, who also plays with Christian Scott and who is ridiculous, and Alshon Bryant, who is he used to be my voice student, which is so crazy, and then it turned into this really cool friendship, and now he's co-writing a lot of the songs on this new record as well, and I just think that he is someone to watch. And so those cats in particular, I gotta show them love and give them big shouts out for having my back and really showing me love and support.